Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our flight of learning just one more Chinese expression a day. Last time we talked about 引咎辞职, meaning you are referring your own mistake and then you're going to leave the job. Simply means resign. And 不善言辞. Okay, yesterday's 词 means you're leaving, you're saying goodbye to something. But today's 词 came to its more often used meaning, means elaborate, means talking eloquently, because this character came from this court debating situation, right? Two hands with a baby in the middle. So that's court presenting your case. And now it simply means the verbal capacity. And we even put a tongue symbol over there in the contemporary simplified Chinese. There's no babies and two hands anymore. Simplified it to tongue. So that gives you a direct meaning of this is related to something talking, speaking. And this tongue looks like this. Okay, I'll come to that later. Okay. 不善言辞. Okay. 词, a new meaning, right? Elaborate, eloquent speaking. And 不, okay. 不 by itself pronounced as 不, but because the next sound is 善, it's a falling tone. So we tend to, okay, so 不善 is really awkward when in fast speaking, right? So we make it easier for ourselves. We make it into rising tone. So then you have this up and then in down instead of 不, and then you have to again. I mean, we can make that sound. It's just habitually, this is easier. So 不善 instead of 不善. Okay, just pointing out. So 不 is a negation. And originally mean almost like an arrow looking thing shooting up. This is the sky. Normally, horizontal line means the ground, the soil. But in this character, it means the upper limit. The sky is the limit. The bird is trying to fly toward the highest of the sky and then refuse to go down. That the legend has it. So that bird's behavior is saying no to the ground, saying no to getting back down. It's always pointing outward. So that eventually become a negation of the next thing, which is 善. 善 is a symmetrical character. In contemporary Chinese simplified version, it kept that, but it got so simplified, you don't get to see the full view of it. Look at that. Visually, it's complex, but it's harmonious. It's a symmetrical. And composition-wise, it's not a common way to make Chinese characters because normally we have left and right, top and down, sometimes wrapping around, all kind of wrapping around. But this one, the middle part is the character sheep because it has two horns and it has fluffy hairs going horizontally, really puffy, fluffy sheep, and this one long leg sticking down. Of course, this is elongated, out of proportion, but that's the character sheep, standing tall, hovering over, and then the two components look like this. Two of them on each side means speaking. So you have two speaking, standing shorter below the overarching sheep. Visually, it's really pleasing. I don't know why. And the meaning-wise, this is really good meaning too. It means kindness. It means good. So in Chinese, we have 真善美, truthfully. 善 is this kindly, good-natured, and 美, beautiful. So 善 and 美, actually, they have similar origin. Those involve this sheep image. So I guess in ancient times, sheep is really a good symbol to have. It's some sheep originally was a sacrifice, right? that's a connector of the East and West. So sheep was used as the sacrifice to God. Animal sacrifice, and eventually that sheep means something almost like a perfection, because it take your guilt or whatever, right? Praying for the God. So only the best thing can be offered to God. So that becomes like the best, the upper, the most, the goal you're striving for, right? And then you have the words, the speaking on each side, balanced each other. So this is a balanced view. It's not like component like this, right? Left and right different and different proportion, but this is like a fully balanced. You have left and right side, and you have this arching, beautifully elegant sheep symbol on top of it. So sheep itself is the good meaning. It's the best sacrifice. And then we have two speaking on the side. My interpretation is, okay, speaking is really important. You can speak your words to heal or kill. It's really up to the person who are using this skill or gift, right? So two speaking and balanced speaking next to each other, below the kindness, the best. So it's the kind of the best kind of speaking here. So what is good speaking? Good speaking is the way to show kindness, to spread positive energy, right? To uplift others. So that's the kind of kindness definition. Because how else are you going to show kindness? Okay, yes, you cook somebody, help somebody, hold somebody still when somebody is trying to fall, something like that. But that's not that common. The most commonly showing of kindness is to show by verbal kindness, like your intention, your good intention or positive energy are passed through speaking, through language. So that's why we have balanced the two words below the ideal, the sacrifice of sheep. And that means kindness or good. So eventually this word, the kindness, become like a good at, shed, like besides good to others, this is like you're good at something, like yourself. So 不善, like you're not good at what? Yan. So this is yan. We already have two of them under here. And this yan came from, okay, this mouse symbol and this cross in the middle. I interpret it as that's the attention pointer, almost like in a gun aiming, right? That's the targeting, that's the aiming device. And same here in Chinese, it's pointing your attention over above your mouth. And this looks like the tip of the tongue. So that's my interpretation of the whole thing here, this structure, without the two horizontal lines. Without this, the bottom portion means the tongue. And then these two are the sound bites, the two, and it has to be closer to the tongue. It's a longer one, it's a bigger energy one. And then things are going to diminish over time, over space, right? Are going to sound weaker. We could eventually cannot hear it anymore. So that's the device and the result of the speaking. So you use your mouth and tongue to make sound, and there are sound bits, sound waves or sound bits going further away from you. So that's the speaking symbol. So you're not good at speaking, and 词, okay, court debate, right? That level of using really formal language to state all your cases or your supporting evidence to try to win the case, that's the level required to speak. So it's very eloquent speak. So I translate it as elaborate. So, I mean, you get the gist of it. It's not good at speaking, especially elaborately speaking. So inarticulate in one Chinese character. Word means somebody. I feel like I'm inarticulate right now. Okay, and this is just the art of. Okay, I'm going to translate it for you. So this is marked a pronunciation on top of this word to pronounce it for you visually. So this guy holding a cell phone and it pronounces wei. Okay, So here is interesting commentary about speaking. 接电话的时候 when you make a phone call or receiving a phone call, 喂发第二声的时候 okay, so we mark our 4 tones as 1, 2, 3, 4, and as flat is 1, rising is 2, and this this 3, and falling tone is a 4. So if it's a rising tone, 喂, okay, if you say 喂, it's 苦逼青年, means some struggling young man or young person. And 喂, if you pronounce it falling tone, like this guy, it says falling tone. 喂, right? If you say 喂, it's 油腻中年, it's greasy middle-aged man. Why is that? I find this is a great observation and commentary of the behavior of speaking. So just the one character, because that's our hello. Like when we pick out a phone call, 喂 or 喂, your choice, is the default hello word for Chinese. And if the rising tone is a young person, and if it's falling tone, it's middle-aged man. And why so? Because younger generation educated in the the educational system, everybody speak the same way, and way was through that educational system as the standard way to say, using rising tone to say this hello in Chinese. But sometimes we have localized original pronunciations, and way is a common one. And I don't know, like people who working in society for longer, like a way is the societal way to pronounce it. And way is the ivory tower way of pronounce it. And young person just educated, so they are going to use this. But someone who is in society for a long time and a lot of regional talking, especially the businessman in China, a lot of them regional way of talking is way, the falling tone, and that becomes an easy tell sign of where you are positioned in society. Okay, inarticulate, 不善言辞. Cashing into the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.